So one of the new Pokemon that were added to the new Alola Pokedex for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was Zora and Zoroark, which is, okay and all. Zoroark is an alright Pokemon. It's always been that kind of Pokemon where, I guess here's the best way to describe it. They used to have this event. I guess it's an event. I don't know what you really want to call it, but they used to have this event in Pokemon Black. Pokemon, what are they called? Black 2 and White 2. They had an event there where you can actually go and find N's Pokemon that he released into the wild. One of them being Zoroark, and all of their stats all of their IVs were all 30. So they were like one less from being perfect. That's kind of the best way to describe Zoroark. He's a really good Pokemon. He has pretty good stats, pretty solid moves. He's just not really good enough to be amazing. He has this really cool ability in Illusion, which lets him pretend to be the Pokemon in the last slot of your party. So you can do some mind games with this. Unfortunately, he was released in Generation 5. Before Generation 5, you actually couldn't see what Pokemon your opponent had in the team preview. Team preview was not a thing. So you can just come in with any Pokemon and your opponent would just be taken away by surprise. So Zoroark would have really crushed it back then, but unfortunately he didn't come out into Generation 5. In any case, we're doing a UU match here today, and I bought a pretty interesting team here. I've got a Durant and Azumarill, and Azumarill, Nidoking, Starmie, and Talonflame. Not exactly, I guess, the most well-rounded team. It's pretty hyper-offensive, if anything, but not even, like, good offensive. Because I have here my Starmie. I have it mainly just for Rapid Spin, and everyone else is kind of, I guess, on the more offensive side. Starmie actually has an Assault Vest, because I've used that set before and it was pretty fun, but I ended up using it again now. Durant, he actually has a Focus Sash, Hustle, Hone Claws, Iron Head, X Scissors, and I believe his last move is Stone Edge. Because I always feel like that's a very interesting little opening thing to go with. Just go out, throw out Durant, and get your Hone Claws up, get your accuracy, get your attack up, that kind of stuff. That's pretty nice. Azumarill is, pretty basic. Aqua Jet, Waterfall, Superpower, and Play Rough. Nidoking has, Sheer Force. He has Thunderbolt. He has the Bolt Beam combo, Earth Power, and Sludge Wave. Starmie is Assault Vested with Scald or Surf. I'm not sure which one. Probably Surf. Psychic, Rapid Spin, and I believe the last move is also Thunderbolt. And finally we have here Talonflame, who has actually Leftovers, Roost, Brave Bird, Filler Blitz, and I believe the last move, don't remember what the last move actually was. Might have been Tailwind, or it might have been another utility move. I'm not entirely sure. But Zoroark here just has a pretty basic moveset. I just slapped on choice specs and gave him just all attacking moves. He has Flamethrower, Grass Knot, Dark Pulse, and one other move. Because to be honest, Zoroark could use maybe like a couple of better moves, like one or two good moves to make him stand out a little bit and he'd be a little bit more powerful. In any case, I actually start out with Zoroark here, pretending to be a Talonflame. The other move I think is Grass Knot. There we go. So when I managed to get this Hippowdon here with the Grass Knot, which is nice, I was really spending a lot of time trying to figure out what Pokemon would be best for me to masquerade as Zoroark to make this, this episode work. But in any case, I take down the Hippowdon after 2 Grass Knots. Unfortunately, he gets out the Stealth Rocks. Afterwards, he brings out the Gengar, which get hit with a Shadow Ball, which does a hell of a lot of damage. I go for the Aqua Jet because there's no way that I'm going to be faster than the Gengar, but unfortunately, the Curse Body disables it. Not like it matters because I get hit with another Shadow Ball, which completely finishes off Azumarill. Immediately after that, I try to go for Durant here. I don't know what I was thinking. I get eaten by another Shadow Ball. So now I'm only down to my last 4 Pokemon already. I bring out Nidoking, hit him with a Shadow Ball, can take a shit ton of damage and a special defense drop, but thankfully I managed to finish this thing off with Sludge Wave. I locked myself into that. just because I thought that was the safest move. I don't know why I thought that. Anyways, the Lucario comes out, I switch out, go into my Starmie here. He actually goes for the Swords Dance and then finishes me off with the Extreme Speed, which sucks because I just wanted to get out of the rocks, or rather get rid of the rocks. Switch out here to my Talonflame, but unfortunately the Extreme Speed finishes me off once again. Then I go here into the Nidoking, who's actually my Zoroark here. Managed to get rid of the Lucario. After that, I switch out as my opponent brings out the Mantine into my actual Nidoking, who dies, and then I'm just stuck with Zoroark here. The Mantine, thankfully, I get lucky and I get to survive this Scald here, no get hit with the burn. Afterwards, I go for another Dark Pulse, get a flinch, which is what I was hoping. I thought maybe I can just flinch this whole team. Go for another Dark Pulse, thinking that I locked myself into that. So I managed to flinch that Mantine to death, and then the Scissors coming in, I managed to flinch that, but unfortunately he has the bullet. So he manages to finish me off, obviously, with the priority. Quite unfortunate, not the best match. It was really hard trying to get a good match with Zoroark. Oh well. Stay fresh.